After only 3 years of marriage, Ruben Studdard filed for divorce from his wife, Starada Zuri McCants, in November 2011. And their divorce was finalized in January 2012, 2 months later. Though McCants attempted to have their prenuptial agreement revoked, claiming Studdard had blindsided her with the legal documents just days before they said "I do," the prenup was upheld, and in the end, McCants was left with almost nothing to show for her years-long marriage. The breakup between the American Idol winner and his now ex-spouse was initially messy. McCants maintained that she was unjustly coerced into signing the prenuptial agreement, as an April 2012 TMZ story detailed, but their judge rejected her arguments. Court records made public following the final ruling state that Studdard was not obliged to give McCants any spousal support or alimony. Additionally, there was no consideration of child support because the two did not have any children of their own. Moreover, Studdard was permitted to keep their house as well as everything he owned, including clothing, jewelry, royalties, pensions, and all of his money. McCants even had to give back her ring of engagement. Scroll on to see what McCants was permitted to keep. The wife of Ruben Studdard was left with almost nothing. According to TMZ, Starada Zuri McCants, the ex-wife of Ruben Studdard, was allowed to keep a lot of personal items, such as her photo albums, wedding dress, 2006 BMW, which Studdard had to pay back, $10,000 in property settlement, and $2,000 for legal fees. Overall, the publication called the couple's divorce the cleanest divorce ever, attributing the quick resolution to Studdard's ironclad prenup. The New York Daily News claims that McCants and Studdard first connected in 2006 when the latter was signing autographs for customers at an Atlanta Walmart. They tied the knot in June 2008, 2 years later. After winning American Idol in 2003, Studdard's first album, Soulful, was nominated for a Grammy for the song Superstar, and his second album, I Need an Angel, came in at No. 20 on the Billboard 200. Regretfully, only 71,000 copies of Studdard's most recent album, The Return, were sold in its first week, suggesting a significant downturn in his musical career. However, we have no doubt that the Velvet Teddy Bear will recover, just as he did following his divorce. The true feelings of Ruben Studdard regarding his time on American Idol. In the year 2003, Ruben Studdard was declared the second winner of the popular reality competition show American Idol. Following his Idol triumph, Studdard enjoyed a prosperous music career, and the show ultimately became a television and pop culture phenomenon. Looking back on his time on American Idol, Studdard said he had a wonderful time on set and acknowledged that the reality show helped him get ready for a career in music. It was an amazing experience. It served as a laboratory for professionalism, and it was always required. Those in the top 10 and above were people who embodied that, he said, noting that one of the largest learning curves was getting acquainted with the technical aspects of performing on television. Treating the camera like the audience was an art that took a lot of us a while, he stated. The show's rigorous work schedule was disclosed by Ruben Studdard. Ruben Studdard talked about the demanding work schedule of Idol with Entertainment Weekly, reminiscing about his time on the show and expressing his opinion that contestants in the more recent seasons have it much easier than he did. When I think of the finale, I think that both Clay and I were so tired that we really didn't care who won. I'm sure today's show winners are tired now, but their workload is completely reduced compared to what we did, Studdard went on. Every week we used to have to record albums, do photo shoots for magazines, do the show, do 4 singles, and do 5 commercials. According to Billboard, it had an endless Ruben Studdard made a surprise visit to the American Idol audition room in the 19th season, providing the new group of hopeful singers with some well-meant backstage counsel and support. I know the path ahead of them because I have been in their position before. Many years before my time on Idol, like many others before me, I had been attempting to make a living as an artist. Regarding his 2021 Idol comeback, Studdard remarked, "So understand how difficult it can be to continue pushing towards a goal that can sometimes seem unreachable." The Velvet Teddy Bear and the second ever winner of American Idol, Ruben Studdard has experienced both enormous success and difficult personal circumstances throughout his life. 3 years after he wed Starada Zuri McCants in 2011, Studdard filed for divorce, and their breakup became a widely reported story. Even though there was some initial conflict between them, especially regarding a prenuptial agreement that McCants attempted to challenge, their divorce was finalized in January 2012 with little fuss. Despite McCance's claims that the prenup was signed under duress just days before their wedding, her attempts to contest it were unsuccessful, and Studdard ended up with the majority of his assets after their divorce. This period of Studdard's life demonstrated the difficulties of public love, celebrity, and financial entanglements. Despite leaving with a few personal items, such as picture albums, her wedding gown, a 2006 BMW, and a small property settlement, McCance was not granted any spousal support, alimony, or a portion of Studdard's income due to the strict terms of their prenuptial agreement. With a career full of highs and lows, from his Grammy-nominated debut album, Soulful, to his later struggles to maintain his musical prominence, Studdard saw the divorce as just one more obstacle to overcome. Studdard hasn't wavered from his dedication to his career as an artist and his love of music, even after his marriage ended. Thinking back on his time on American Idol, which shot him to fame in 2003, Studdard calls it both wonderful and formative. He gives credit to the show for preparing him for the realities of the music industry, while acknowledging the intense training he received. American Idol, he claims, taught him the craft of performance, from knowing how to interact with the camera to handling the pressures of a packed schedule of entertainment. Studdard learned the ins and outs of show business during his time on American Idol, in addition to competing. He remembers the rigorous schedule that the competitors had to manage each week, which included photo shoots for commercials, singles, album recordings, and multiple appearances. He and fellow finalist Clay Aiken were so worn out by the finale from their unrelenting schedule that they couldn't care less about the result. However, Studdard sees this time as crucial training for his career, a professional crash course that he feels has gotten easier for competitors in more recent seasons of the show. Ruben Studdard has endured personal and professional setbacks, but he has persevered and remained a positive force in the music industry. Although his divorce from Sarada Zuri McCance was a trying time, it also demonstrated his ability to handle hardships in life with dignity. With his assets still intact, Studdard came out of the split prepared to concentrate again on his music and carry on the legacy he started with his American Idol victory. In his appreciation and acknowledgement of how American Idol influenced his career, Studdard looks back on his time on the show. He recognizes that his path involved arduous labor and strict timetables, but he sees those difficulties as the cornerstone of his achievement. In 2021, Studdard made a comeback to the American Idol stage for the 19th season, where he counseled and supported a fresh batch of up-and-coming performers. Like many before me, I had been trying to be a professional artist many years before my time on Idol. His words of wisdom were based on his own experience. Thus, be aware of how challenging it can be to keep working toward an objective that occasionally appears unattainable. Ruben Studdard is hopeful about his musical career going forward, utilizing the knowledge he has gained from both his achievements and disappointments. His life and career experiences, both on and off television, have made him a seasoned artist who recognizes the importance of persistence and sincerity. His story illustrates the fact that despite the difficulties they may present, wealth and fame can also present chances for development, rebirth, and purpose. Fans who appreciate Studdard's kind voice and unwavering spirit continue to be moved by his legacy as a soulful performer and American Idol winner. Despite his fair share of ups and downs,